In tonight's episode, DC Kit Green had his heart shattered, while Maria Connor was once again left wondering about the future of her marriage. Maria endured a difficult grilling from DS Lisa Connor-Swain following Gary Windass's confession the previous night. Fans will remember that Maria had provided Gary with a false alibi before discovering that he had helped cover up Theo's murder. After Gary surrendered to the police, questions were raised over just how much Maria actually knew. Maria remained firm during Lisa's interrogation, but she was visibly unsettled when Lisa highlighted how much Gary must care about Sarah to have gone so far to protect her. Once she returned home, Maria told Gary that Lisa obviously doubted her account, but simply lacked enough proof to show that she had lied. Although Gary viewed the fact that Maria would not be charged with perverting the course of justice as a positive, Maria saw things very differently. She admitted that she had come dangerously close to losing everything. Maria then criticized Gary for constantly trying to be the hero, revealing Lisa's suggestion that he could still have feelings for Sarah. Gary denied having any romantic attachment to Sarah, but Maria was clearly not convinced. Meanwhile, Sarah asked Kit to visit her in prison so they could have an important discussion. Viewers know that Kit has taken huge risks to support Sarah, even putting his own career in jeopardy. But Sarah no longer wants him to continue doing so. She reminded him that if she is ultimately convicted of murder, he could lose his job as a result. Kit insisted that he could simply pursue another career, but Sarah refused to let him make such a sacrifice for her. Sarah admitted that she feared Kit would eventually resent her for what had happened, leading her to make the painful decision to end their relationship. Despite Kit attempting to change her mind, Sarah stood by her decision and walked away before he could say anything more. Could this really mark the end of Sarah and Kit's relationship? However, viewers were unaware of just how much Allison had been struggling away from the cameras. Speaking on TikTok, the soap actress opened up about developing a chest infection that severely affected her movement and breathing, with the illness having a major impact on both her physical and emotional well-being. At the beginning of the year, my nervous system seemed to need rebalancing, she explained. I lost my mom last August. Allison then revealed that she picked up the chest infection from 2 young children she worked with. At the beginning of this year, I caught a chest infection from 2 of the gorgeous little babies at work. When we were filming the wedding, I had been coughing constantly. My right lung was hurting, and my chest was already sore from all the coughing and inflammation. The actress said the severity of her coughing made her believe she may have damaged an intercostal muscle, which sits between the ribs and helps support breathing. She also described how the ongoing pain stopped her from swimming, which has always been her preferred form of exercise and relaxation. Because of my nervous system and not being able to do anything, I was really struggling to take a full breath. I couldn't swim, even though I do it all the time because it's my therapy. I couldn't do anything. With exercise no longer possible, Allison admitted that she gained weight and subsequently began experiencing depression. Thankfully, she eventually managed to overcome the difficult period and used reflexology and Reiki to help ease her symptoms, telling fans that she now feels good and happy. On screen, the actress has recently been surrounded by intense drama while filming major courtroom scenes involving Sarah Platt, who is set to stand trial for the murder of Theo Silverton. Theo was brutally attacked on the night of Carla and Lisa Connor-Swain's wedding reception in April, with their daughter Betsy discovering his body afterwards. Alongside the murder storyline, Carla is also dealing with the devastating consequences of Betsy's life-changing injuries. Betsy suffered a serious stroke that left her struggling to speak clearly, following an incident involving non-fatal strangulation. Coronation Street's Todd Grimshaw and Glenda Shuttleworth will clash in a bitter confrontation next week, as his drunken and inconsiderate behavior begins to spiral further out of control. The unexpected feud develops after mysterious newcomer Celeste arrives on the cobbles, hoping to organize a funeral. Her arrival soon creates a major rift between Todd and Glenda, potentially leaving Todd completely isolated. Todd and Glenda's friendship is definitely finished, explains a Corrie source. He has been drinking to escape the pain of everything that has happened over the past year, but Glenda ends up getting caught in the middle. What he does to her will be extremely difficult to forgive. Todd returns from his trip to Thailand, eager to get back to enjoying himself, making plans for nights out with his friends. However, as George Shuttleworth and Christina Boyd get ready for their own trip to Somerset, Todd puts a dampener on their plans by exposing Christina and revealing that she is still spending money recklessly. Later in the week, Todd and Glenda encounter a stranger outside number 7, with the woman introducing herself as Celeste. With Dev and Bernie both away, Celeste leaves feeling disappointed. But Todd later crosses paths with her while closing up the undertakers. She then makes an astonishing request, asking Todd to organize a funeral for her own. Celeste has just 6 weeks left to live, the source continues. She and Todd head to the Rovers to talk through her Dolly Parton-inspired funeral arrangements over a few drinks. Meanwhile, flirtatious Glenda becomes attracted to Celeste's driver, Fraser, and is delighted when she manages to get his phone number and sets up a date with him. Todd later heads to Canal Street for another drinking session with Christina. But the following day, Christina tells Mary and Glenda just how heavily he has been drinking. Glenda wastes no time, warning Todd that if he continues behaving this way, he could eventually drive all of his friends away. Her comments hit a nerve, leaving Todd furious that Glenda is attempting to embarrass and shame him. While at the Undertakers, Celeste drops in and gives Todd a warning about Glenda, suggesting that her growing feelings for Fraser could end in heartbreak because Fraser is actually gay. That revelation gives the vindictive Todd an idea, and he begins plotting a cruel scheme designed to get revenge on the love-struck Glenda. Could Glenda's warning prove accurate, with Todd genuinely on the verge of losing everyone close to him? Or will Todd's nasty attempt to humiliate Glenda eventually be recognized for what it really is? A desperate cry for help. Coronation Street airs on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1. And is also available to stream on ITVX.